play Charles Reed, a Boston PI trying to make sense of a series of strange events occurring in Oakmont, a secluded city, recently devastated by a flood of supernatural origins. Its inhabitants slowly descending into madness, a fate you are all too familiar with. We are on our way to meet Mr. Throgmorton, a man of influence and a powerful patron. That is, if we prove ourselves useful to him. Don't be surprised by his features. He claims to be from noble blood and is very proud of his heritage.
There's also a more delicate matter I wanted to discuss with you, Mr. Reed.
I can be delicate when it matters, so shoot.
I have a colleague, you might say. His name is Herbert Glover. Like myself, he is a collector of fine art.
I'm a detective, Mr. Throgmorton, not a burglar.
I don't care for your insinuation, Mr. Reed. I would never be so crass as to hire a thief. I had a meeting arranged with Herbert. One of great importance, shall we say. One at which he failed to appear. I want you to find out why.
That sounds simple enough. Okay, I'll do it.
Very good, Mr. Reed. There is one final detail. This case must remain secret, and you must not reveal to anyone for whom you are working.
Discretion is my watchword.
Indeed. Here is Herbert's address and in advance for your investigation. You'll find it's fair.
Have a good day.
As a newcomer, you're on your own. No one will take you by the hand. It's up to you to explore the city, finding a way using the map and the street names. We found the Collector's Manor, but the monstrosities we found have a certain fondness for death.
Eyes still wide open. Guess he didn't see the killing blow coming. What's that? Looks like they're short a full set. One of the mirrors was taken. Only slight scratches around the keyhole. Whoever broke in knew how to pick a lock. Huh. That's a lot of warning shots.
A keen investigator, Charles's powers of recognition will allow you to reconstruct the events of a crime scene.
Squint, run! Oh, okay. I've killed him.
Easiest gig in this district. You grab the mirror. I'm gonna go see what other loot we can take from Mr. Moneybags here.
Who are you? What in K's name are you doing in my house?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Easiest gig in this district. You grab the mirror. I'm gonna go see what other loot we can take from Mr. Moneybags here.
Who are you? What in K's name are you doing in my house? Squint, run! Oh, okay.
killed him!
2 men broke in to steal a mirror. One of them, Squint, cracked the safe. But Glover discovered him and shot him. Second one killed Glover.
Using these extrasensorial powers is draining, particularly on your sanity. We've got the name of the thieves. Let's follow that lead by checking the police records.
Hello, officer.
Well, look who finally decided to show up. If it ain't Charles Reed, the genius that cracked the case of Albert Throgmorton. Captain Caleb Lyons at your service. What can we simpletons do to assist you, Mr. Holmes?
Look, all I want is access to your records during my investigations. Otherwise, I'll keep out of your way.
Oh, that's all you want, is it? Was making us look like idiots in front of Mr. Throgmorton not enough for you?
Look, I'm sorry. That wasn't my intent.
Well, that's what you did. A newcomer must know his place. Let me be frank. You ain't welcome. You slip up, don't cross a T, or dot an I, and I'll treat you like every other criminal in here, newcomer.
Hey, easy, Officer Lyons. I don't want any trouble.
Well, good. That's a start. You can use the archive, but only because you have Mr. Throgmorton as your patron. Keep that in mind, Reed.
The police archives are one of the most useful info sources in Oakmont. We're looking for a criminal record that matches the profile from the clues we have. Bingo. Now we have his address. It's time to pay him a visit.
Looks like Squint was having a bad day. Survived getting shot just to be stabbed to death. But who did it?
At long last, I'll fix what that old ape lover Francis did to you.
Hark! Get away from the... Oh, thank the gods. I thought you were another monster.
Nice trick with the wall. How'd you manage it?
It wasn't me. She put the wall there with some kind of hocus pocus.
You said she put the wall here. Who is she?
She's our employer. I don't know her name or anything. She promised us a good payout for a simple job. And I fell for it like a chump.
Sydney Stokes, I presume.
Aye, that's right. Do I know you?
Don't think so. I'm here about Herbert Glover. I believe you know him. Or should I say, knew him.
Okay.
What did she hire you to do?
The job seems simple enough. Go to the collector's house, grab some fancy mirror, and then hoof it out of there.
So where's this fancy mirror now?
She took it. When me and Phil met her with the goods, they got into a big blowout and she shivved him. Okay, what am I to do now? Phil was the idea guy, I'm just a sap.
Were you hired to kill the collector too? Or was that just for laughs?
I swear to, okay? It wasn't part of the plan. It was an accident. The guy started shooting at us and I panicked.
You panicked? Really? That's your excuse?
Oh, please, SK is my witness. I didn't mean to kill anyone. I'll give you everything. I have. Just let me walk.
Look, you might be a sap, but at least you're an honest sap. I'll look the other way, but you better get scarce, and fast.
Oh, thank you. You're a lifesaver. You won't see me again, I swear. Here, take this. Thanks again.
I've got a feeling that this is only the tip of the iceberg. We better meet with Froghorn and see what he has to say about it. But that's a story we want you to see for yourself. The Sinking City is coming to Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC on the 27th of June. So if you want to learn more about it, make sure to follow us on social media and pre-order the game.
Hello, and welcome to The Sinking City, a game of investigation and mystery set in a twisted Lovecraftian version of the 1920s United States. It follows the story of Charles Reed, a great war veteran and private eye from Boston, who is fighting an uphill battle against terrible insanity. While looking for a cure, Reed finds himself in Oakmont, Massachusetts, a city devastated by supernatural flood, monsters, and madness. In pursuit of his goals, Charles will have to face terrors beyond human comprehension and investigate occurrences simply unimaginable in a normal society.
I apologize for my bluntness, but can I ask you a question?
Mouth?
Yeah.
Punishment. Long story.
With The Sinking City, we put the detective experience first. This means zero hand-holding from the game. There are no straightforward tasks and no objectives on the map to follow. We will never tell you how to approach a quest, where you should go, what to look for, who you should accuse.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay.
As you explore crime scenes and find evidence, all information goes into your trusted casebook. Here, you can review and analyze it, if you're in need of a eureka moment. Some evidence is pretty straightforward, lying around the gruesome consequences of someone's misdeeds. Others need a more intricate approach. In Oakmont, the veil between the mundane and supernatural is especially thin. Mr. Reed himself is no stranger to the paranormal. In fact, he has some useful tricks up his sleeve that can reveal the spell-covered traces of morally impaired perpetrators.
I surrender. Take me, and let my people leave.
One of these skills, retrocognition, allows him to sneak a peek beyond the veil. Extremely useful, it helps understand what exactly happened and how, if you're clever enough to crack this riddle. And if you know detectives, you know how much time they spend doing research. So don't be too shy to talk to fellow lawmen.
Let me be frank, newcomer. You ain't welcome. You slip up, don't cross a T or dot an I, and I'll treat you like every other criminal here.
Never mind. Reed is a stranger in a strange land. Anyhow, most institutions in the city are in complete disarray. You can still use their records, which is a lifesaver for a detective in need. Keep in mind that the different institutions provide different knowledge. Think where to look, and you'll crack your case in no time. But what is investigation without the ability to piece clues together and try out different theories? That's what Mind Palace is for. The fans' favorite feature from our Sherlock Holmes games makes a comeback. But unlike Sherlock, the sinking city has no right or wrong answers, just different shades of black. So, if you're about to destroy someone's life, well, make sure you have a damn good reason. So, as you can see, at its core, The Sinking City is an investigation game. We want you to feel like a real detective, digging up all the dirty secrets this wretched place likes to keep hidden. So let us know what you think about this video, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hello everybody and welcome to The Sinking City, our detective adventure set in an open-world Lovecraftian universe. In this video we want to walk you through a small side quest, but first a few words about the game. As some of you might know, The Sinking City takes place in the 1920s United States. It revolves around a private detective from Boston, Mr. Charles Reed. You see, Mr. Reed is slowly going insane because of certain events that happened in the past. Trying to escape the inevitable madness, the detective finds himself in the flooded city of Oakmont, where people are even more desperate than he is. At a certain point of his adventure, Mr. Reed receives a plea for help from a local librarian, which brings us back to the demo at hand. So let's go inside and talk to the lady, although be prepared, Oakmont is not your normal city.
I got your letter. So, you wanted to see me, Joy?
Her in my apartment. Again. Don't know what to do.
What do you mean? Did someone break in? Were they threatening you?
Yes. Her. Again.
What did she want?
Keep my mouth shut.
Don't worry. I'll help if I can. So, where do you live?
Here's address. Take keys. Thank you.
I got this, Joy. Everything will be alright.
Joy is one of the many people who have suffered the sad order of things in Oakmont. As you play the game, you'll find that cruelty and tragedy go hand in hand among the locals. But I digress. Joy is asking us to deal with a stranger who has broken into her apartment. This is where our investigation concept kicks in. As you can see, no objectives pop up on our screen, and our map will not tell us where to go either. But that cannot stop us from doing our job, can it? Let's open up our casebook. Here we can examine all the evidence that we find on our journey. We have Joy's letter, the key to her apartment, and also the address. Let's use that to find the right location on the map. We can pin it as well to create a custom marker for our convenience, and let's go! This part of the city is flooded, and it's probably not a good idea to swim in these waters, so we will have to use a boat. Oakmont is designed to be explored, but it's not always easy to get around. As we travel across the city, we can see the devastating impact of the flood, and for some reason, the sea waters are not going away. So here's the right building. Looks abandoned and lived in at the same time. We can find some useful things here. There is a locked door as well, but our objective is on the second floor. This is Joy's apartment. No intruder inside though. Let's examine this crime scene. As a detective, we can find a lot of clues and other useful information here.
This thing is melted. There's no way we'll get any pictures out of this. Yeah, Joy loved her dog, all right.
Remember, our hero's mental health is fragile, and when he sees something disturbing, his insanity comes back.
Someone has real issues. Cancelled. But she was good enough to put on a show. Guess life took a real turn for you, huh, Joy? Ugh, someone's a real pro with a needle. Oh, Christ almighty. It's still wet. Sure, that's not a good sign.
Now is the next step. Remember how our hero is having visions because of something that happened to him? This something also gave him the ability to see and hear things from the past. Let's check them out.
Okay, it's her. It's really her. Proof! Where's my camera?
Come on. Come to Granny, puppy dear. A stitch comes out, a stitch goes in, a nip of flesh, a tuck of skin. You'll be such a lovely dolly. Click, click. A visitor. Who's there?
Now to understand what happened here, we need to put these events in the right order. I'm guessing first this old woman took the dog and then killed it to make the doll.
Come to Granny, a stitch comes out, a stitch
Joy's neighbor heard it and tried to take a picture of the intruder, but the camera click gave him away. I think we should check on the guy.
click, click. A visitor. Who's there?
Someone visited Joy's place, killed her dog, and sewed it into this thing. A warning for her, I guess. The neighbors just got in the way. Locked. Maybe there's a key around here.
But where exactly is here? Thankfully our hero has another trick up his sleeve, which we call concentration mode. We can use it to check for points of interest within the house. This ability comes in quite handy when stuck during the process of investigation, and sometimes can reveal things that could not be seen by a regular citizen of Oakmont. Well, that looks welcoming. These frightening creatures apparently came along with the flood. They usually attack the player in packs, since their abilities and behavior often synergizes with one another. Small Stygian harvesters are trying hard to distract the main character, while Revenant over there tries to land a painful ranged attack. Thankfully, if they bleed, we can kill them, although weapons and bullets are quite hard to come by, and this fight is surely gonna cost us. Now let's get back to using concentration mode. There is something weird about this box, and if we focus, we will find that this is just an illusion concealing the key. And now we are free to enter the neighbor's apartment. So apparently the old lady that we are looking for is some sort of a local urban legend. Now let's go back to Joy and level with her. Just let me find the closest fast travel point. Moral choices, small and big, are a part of the sinking city. Some will have consequences, others exist solely for role-playing purposes.
I took a look around your apartment, Joy. It's not good. Your neighbors, they're dead, and let's just say it was not natural causes.
Dead? Eagle and Tane, what do we do?
You're keeping things from me, Joy. Now come on. I need to know what I'm dealing with.
No, we'll make it worse.
Granny Weaver. Just tell me about her.
Can't say, can't.
She doesn't want you to help me. Why?
My fault. Don't be angry. So sorry.
Joy.
Sorry. So sorry.
Look, calm down. I'm not gonna leave you on your own. If you won't talk, I'll just have to work this out myself. Okay?
Vera. Yes, thank you.
I found your dog, Joy.
Where? She's okay?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid you won't see her again.
Okay. Poor Ginger.
Now we need to do a little bit of research to find out who the mysterious woman is. Let's check what we call the intelligence system. It has the answer, but we gotta know what to look for. We have to select no less than 3 correct options based on a singular piece of evidence. For example, this clue tells us that a certain historian gathered information about her. So let's go ahead and select the history and author sections. For the last option, I will go for region local, since Granny is a local myth. Now we know who she was and where she lived. We should definitely go there, but I would hate to spoil the fun for you. So this is where we will wrap things up. If you want to learn more about the Sinking City, follow us on social media or visit our official website, thesinkincity.com. Otherwise, thank you for watching.
Yes, what is it?
Mr. Reed? Mr. Reed, I'm sorry to disturb your rest. My name is Dorothy Evans. I heard that you were looking for a job. I have one for you.
Depends on the kind of job that you're offering.
My husband, Harry Evans, has disappeared. I need you to find him.
That's something I can try to fix. A few questions first, if that's all right with you.
Of course.
Any idea where he might be? Does he have a favorite speakeasy?
Well, he drinks occasionally, of course, but I don't know if he has a favorite bar. He's a fisherman. He has a cabin at Salvation Harbor, on the crossroad of Old Church Road and Fitz-O'Callahan Street.
When was the last time you saw your husband?
2 days ago. He went out fishing, as always, but he didn't return.
I work for a price. What can you offer?
My engagement ring is the only valuable thing that I own. You could sell it for a good price. It's solid gold, I swear.
I'll take the case. And the ring.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Here, take this photograph of him, and please hurry.
How's it going, Vic?
Same as always. Rain, turmoil, and newcomers.
Say, do you know anything about a fellow named Harry Evans? He's a fisherman.
Another case of yours, huh?
That's none of your business. So do you know him or not?
Well, you just said it. It's not my business. Go mess around somewhere else, and don't forget that your payment's due tomorrow.
I'll get going.
Whatever.
Locked, just as I expected. Dorothy has a pretty smile. A heavy silver watch. I'd take it if I were here to rob the place. Who drew this sign, and why? The body is almost drained of blood. The head is missing, so I can't be sure if it's Harry or not. The blood is relatively fresh, hasn't dried completely. Locked, just as I expected. This thick sackcloth is completely soaked with blood.
Here's a good place for this garbage. Brock, this guy is heavy. Hey. Well, there goes 3 bullets for the back. Can't believe I'm doing this. Grain Vernon, Dagen, Nish not to blame.
Let's figure out what happened here.
Brock, here's a good place for this garbage. Hey, well, there goes 3. Grain Veronok, Dagen, Nishnat Ugle.
Some man brought the body here in a bag, placed it on the floor, and then drew a strange sign on the wall. Hello, Joy.
Glad to see you again, Mr. Reed.
Have you seen a sign like this before?
No, check the books. Be my guest.
Goodbye.
Come back soon.
What are you staring at?
Good day to you too, mister. Do you know a man named Harry Evans?
First, you gotta tell me who you are.
Charles Reed, private investigator. Harry's gone missing and I'm looking for him.
Reed, huh? Oh, I know Harry, yes. Hauled a lot of fish out of the sea.
Do you know where he is now? Have you seen him recently?
Yes. I've seen him going inside the basement of the fish market. He could be hiding there.
Why?
I don't know exactly. I heard him talking a lot of trash about us insiders. Behind our backs. That sort of thing can get a man in trouble.
Thanks for the information. You've been very helpful.
Yeah, I hope you find what you seek, newcomer. Or it might find you first.
Mr. Reed. I had no other choice.